Alright, welcome back to today's video. Today you can see I have a picture of the car originally. In front where the radiator is at, there's a lot of space in front of that between the door latch. So I'm going to take advantage of it. So you can see here I got to put my radiator on the other side of this radiator support. And you can see I kind of got a lot of space to figure out. I got to fit this and the intercooler and the condenser for the AC. So not a lot of space on this side, so I got to go on the other side, right? So you can see here the radiator fits. It's got to go down. Got to get down to this level. So let me turn it around so you can see both hoses are actually on the passenger side. It's a dual pass radiator because I wanted the hoses on the same side. So this hose comes over and there. So it comes from that top part over to here, and then the bottom one, see if I can get to this. You can see it over here. It'll come out of the bottom, and it plugs into about the bottom of the alternator there, right below. So I also set the intercooler in to make sure it'll fit. It's about 2 inches too tall, so this needs to go down to a little lower than that. So I can accomplish that by getting below this bracket. This bracket here holds out the front valence, but I can get it below. So tear everything apart, and I noticed that I needed to cut my frame horns and narrow them up. So you can see, barely see the little line there. So that's the valence horn, or the horn for the bumper, I mean, and then there's the other one there. And well, I get all excited. I put everything back together after I cut it, and I start cutting holes and all kinds of stuff. Because my radiator holes needs to go there somewhere, and down here somewhere, and there you go. Yeah. Down. Okay, bottom hole, and you can see I cut the frame right there. So not too exciting, but I need to build the piece that's there. So you can see the piece over there. This is what the piece started with. There's the original one upside down here, and I need to make those bolts go in the center. I have my old friend here called Rust. He's everywhere that water could sit. So I rebuilt this bottom half here so that it will kind of go in place. It's 2 pieces cut, welded together. And then I take and I do magic. I take that piece and I weld it to the other piece so that this replicates the piece that I needed to make. I welded the bolts. I just cut the piece right out and welded it in. And it still fits the big bracket piece that needs to hold all the fenders and everything. So I was super proud of myself. But as I got working with this, I realized, well, it's not going to work. It's thicker than it needs to be. The bracket's kind of wimpy. This stuff looks like trash. I want to get rid of a lot of it. So I just start cutting everything off. So I cut the bracket up. The black on the bottom is the bracket that I had originally just built. And I created this shape. This shape matches the other stuff. And you can see I built a floor this time. So 2 1-bys clamped and tacked together. This little piece will fish it together, smooth it out a little bit, and then it'll go around the whole support. Now this fits this still, but once I'm done, it'll all be one piece. I'm going to weld it, cut off what I don't need, trash stuff, flatten stuff, and make it pretty. So here's a little bit of a help. So you can see now the radiator poking through. It's laid down, it's tacked together a little bit. Up at the top you can kind of see, right, let me show you, right there. So I just welded it together now, and then I got to come back in here and add a support that goes from here up, right there. And then on the other side I got to add a support also, but the radiator is going to be in the way. So I'm going to put some circles. Here, let me get the circles. Circle. Magically they're cut to the same thickness as the pipe. It's amazing, like someone thought about it. So anyways, this piece will sit right in here like this, allowing to pass the hoses through for the radiator. So with those all figured out, it's time to make it actually look real. So hours and hours of work turns into, well, here you go. Let's look at it. So here's my hours of work figuring that all out. It's all in there, looks nice and good. The bracket's fitting good. I'm a lot happier with it. You can see I left the edges where it's bolts on. They're just welded on now. Everything's just trimmed out of the way. I think it's a lot better stable all kinds of nicenesser. So with that done, it's time to fill in the blanks. So here's some blanks, and I also built radiator support. So let me show you those. This is the radiator. It has the Chevy mounts with the little rubber shoes that it sits on. So this is the little rubber shoe. I built these all from scratch here, and it has a little 1/4-inch plate on the side, but this just sits right inside there. Boom. And then I think I'm going to show you the little plate underneath, like I tripped or something. Whoa! But there's the little plate, and then this one has it here too. And so I should be able to set the radiator right on this, and the rubber keeps it safe and balanced and nice and good. So now it's time to figure out how to mount the radiator a little better, make sure it's all good, make sure I'm happy, tack all this stuff in. So let's see how this all turns out. I did put a little bit of bead roll in this just because I was like, let's do it. So the black lines is a little bead roll that I did, but now this is all tacked in and nice. You can see my radiator fits right through the hole. Everything's going smooth and nice. Brackets are in, tacked everything in, not too terribly worried, but I like how it's looking. There you go. So there's a little bit of the floor, but yeah. So now I just got to get the radiator to mount in. I got to get a hole through that section and be able to like get the cap on and off. So I'm going to have to square that out. But now you can see, finally in the car, intercoolers still a little high, but radiator's in where she looks like it'll fit. And I don't have anything to hold stuff, so I use this amazing thing called a broom. And I tied some rope to it. And with the broom and rope, I held the intercooler in place. Held it level, tied it in nice. I can predict how to get my stuff through. Thinking through, how in the world do I mount the intercooler now? Floating it clear out there underneath. So I'm going to lay down and show you underneath a little bit. So you can kind of see here, that's the bracket up there. See that one? That's the original radiator one I showed you a minute ago. And then this has little nubs on it here, the threads, so I can bolt to it. And so I got to go from here up to the other piece and avoid all the other stuff in the way. So I'll show you how I did it to start with. So I'll go from there to here. Let's see how it looks. So this is what I did. I pulled it out where I could actually work on it using the same rope techniques. And I said, I got to space it for the AC condenser. So I got it spaced. I got my little paper bracket. Paper's my friend. And then I built this C-channel looking thing down here. But this paper is going to be cut out of 10 gauge, and then I'll weld it all together. Let me show you the other side. So you can see it's nice and flat down there. But it's a homemade C-channel right there. So now you can see my C-channel. And I'll just have this piece. And it'll be pretty stout if I go clear across and up to that bracket there. So with this in designed phase, it looks pretty cool. I was super excited with it. So I built brackets and I stuck it in the car. So now you can see how it looks in there. Super cool. It's down below the latch. Everything looking good that way. It hits right here, which is kind of a frustrating thing, but you know, nothing ever fits the first time. But these little brackets are kind of working out. I used this face of it right here, that C-channel I built, and then I'm able to bolt those to it. So now you can see I got the radiator hole through here, and I got a little pipe for the overflow, and I'll put a little can or something on the other side. I'll show you in a few minutes. But then I got the condenser and the intercooler sitting there to make sure my spacing is right, make sure everything's happy, so I can order my aftermarket condenser, not the original one out of the big old truck. And you can see under here I adjusted these brackets. Come on, getting too old. Anyways, so you can see up here the bracket's been modified and cut back a little bit, and you can see the C-clamp holding on the front brackets and such. So everything gapped, cleared, sitting on rubber bushings. Up in here's bushings. The whole thing's on rubber bushings, so vibrations and stuff will be dampened by the rubber. So with those little things sticking out the front, you're probably curious what the heck they were. These are the stilettos. These are the high heel shoes. So this is where the valence sits, and this is my bolt brackets so that I can secure these front things to hold the front valence and bumper. So that part's real strong. This is the front valence. It holds that. And so, yeah, I got one on each side. And then in the center, I had to create a new latch for the support for the latch. So that's the little box I had to build so that my latch could go down in the hole. This is me standing up. So now you can see the latch will go right there. And I'm going to reuse the original latch just like that. It has the spring bolt head looking thing that goes in there and the little latch that goes there, and it seems to work just fine. So now I'm going to use my small camera girl here. So different view for you. This is my overflow for my radiator that I was telling you I've got to get. So that's my little sight glass on the side. It's not a pressurized tank, so I'm not that worried. Super mirror shiny. But now I can come straight out of the radiator, out of this little pipe right there, and it'll come over and into the bottom of this tank. And then once it comes out of the bottom or in the bottom, overflow goes in, cools off, sucks it back down. So hopefully it'll keep me from overheating too much. Should be pretty good. So I now need to mount the radiator and make it solid. So I got my cardboard out. Here you go, look at this. Hand model. I have my great little camera girl. It's kind of fun to actually not have it shaky. But I got to bolt it right here and use the rubber on the bottom to hold this. So that's kind of the whole design. Really fancy. I'll sheet this side here and blend it, make it look good. So now I'm going to take the paper that I just showed you all done, and I take and cut it out of metal. So I use my CNC torch. I cut it out of metal. And you can see the table and also the stuff that I have here on the, and now the table and the stuff I have on the, anyway. So now you can see I've built the brackets. I got them all ground down. They're wide enough. They hold the little rubbers in there. It looked really good, I think. I like it. So little teeth on the front here to hold these things down. I don't know why I'm worried about all this stuff. It looks good. So this holds it on. It's a little bit tight right now, but I'm pretty sure as I drive, these will loosen up and be kind of flimsier. But for now, forget it. I'm happy. Radiator is mounted. I think it looks pretty good, pretty uniform. Now to get on to the next step. So I got my intercooler. It's mounted in here. I built these fancy little horns. These horns work pretty dang good. I can fit my stuff through there. A little magnet holding it. I didn't drill anything yet. And so there's both horns. Now I took those. I just like how it looked. It's starting to come together, making me all excited. But I want to make sure that my AC condenser still fits, so roughly the thickness of a cheap level. And look, it fits in there real good, all the way across, nice and good. So I can fit my AC condenser, which is important when you live in the hottest place in the world, right? But to make sure it doesn't look too redneckery, I took those same brackets and I put a little bead roll. It also helps strengthen it. So now you can see it's bolted in back there. Everything's looking pretty good. I'm super happy with how it's laid out. And yeah, this is all turning out pretty good. Now here going to show you the little overflow tank. I've got it all weld bracketed in. You can see here, it comes right off. Boom. And 3 little studs sticking through that I can just easily bolt on and off my reservoir. So with that, you can now see how it ended up. Just as a fun little reminder, let me show you some fun stuff. So this is how it looks. It's getting real good, real close to actually being useful. And you can see right there. But when you compare it to how it originally was on the left, you see all the extra space there was where the horn and the fan were. I utilized that because I filled the rest with a big old motor. So when you compare the two, I think she fits in there pretty nice. I think I utilized the whole front side of this pretty good. So next we're going to start going into all of the different engine parts probably, and the intercooler, duct line, stuff like that. So stay tuned for the next stuff. Have fun. See you next.